Hello everybody, Renee here. Welcome to Auvbri and welcome back to another speed build here in The Sims 4. So I finally got everything in place at my new apartment with the boyfriend, and everything is just good. Like, we finally are done with our office, everything is in place. So I might do a vlog type of thing to kind of show how everything turned out. But one of my co-workers who's also a fan of the channel, I'm gonna give her a special shout out here. So hello Pernilla, and yeah, she really wanted me to do another video here because she was like, I need something to watch in the weekend. I love when you do like the interior design things. And I was like, okay, so it has been a while since I've actually done this, so I hope everything is gonna be okay sound wise. This is the first time I'm actually recording in the new place, so I hope everything is just good. It's been a struggle getting into place here. Like, there were so many things. We both had the apartment, we also had like a separate storage area where we had a lot of our furniture from when we lived in a house. So everything just had to be moved all at once. The old apartment had to be cleaned the same day and be handed over to the new people coming into it. So it was just super stressful. All that with work on top of it, with birthdays galore. Like, every single family member from my side and from Master's side of the family seem to have fucking birthday in the same month. So it was just everything on top of each other. So super stressful, but I'm so happy to be back here, and we're doing the mint dream. And I thought that was a very clever wording. Like, I actually thought that was very clever. I sat and I was like in front of Mass and I was like, isn't that clever? You know, instead of mint cream, like the color, I called this house the Mint Dream. And he was sitting there just watching me, blinking, and was like, yeah, it's good. And then I knew it's just because my sense of humor is just so messed up, but I thought it was very clever. So I hope you guys like it too. So what I wanted to do here is I wanted to create a nice little family house, and we're in Copperdale, the town that came with the high school expansion pack. It's one of my favorite towns. I just like the whole vibe of it. I don't know why, but it's giving me kind of Stranger Things vibes with the whole, we have like a town here, and we have some rivers and some wooden areas and some more remote areas, and the high school. It's very good. Like, I really love it. Or something like Riverdale. But I really wanted to create a build here that was like just this nice little cozy build where a family could live, maybe like a teenager and the mom and the dad, and have like this nice house. So I definitely went for an American suburban style house, but I tried to put like a bit of a Scandinavian spin to it, which was actually quite a nice challenge. Like, American suburban houses are very much a style that you don't see here in Denmark, in the Nordic countries. I don't think we have a very distinct style as well, where I feel like people from outside of Scandinavia would say, okay, so that's definitely a Scandi style house, or that's the Scandi interior design, you know. And this American styled suburban house was very much a vibe. Like, it's definitely a thing where you can go, okay, that's an American suburban house. So I tried to kind of mix that with some more Scandinavian style things, like the white trims we have around here, some of the windows as well, and definitely also the interior design. But I just want to be honest, like, there's not a lot of interior design options in this game for Scandinavian style. It's very much Americanized. And then they tried to add some stuff with you know, all of the Henfred on Bagley stuff, the cottage living expansion pack. There was some more British English styled stuff. There's been some Middle Eastern style, which is very cool, but I just miss that whole Scandinavian style. And that's why I really love the IKEA game pack that came to The Sims 2, because a lot of the stuff in there are very reminiscent of Scandinavian style stuff. I mean, IKEA furniture now really are all over the world, but some of the stuff in there are just super Scandinavian styled, but also I miss just having the modern Scandinavian style represented in this game, because I feel like it's not something that's actually represented, not something you see anywhere really. So having that represented in a Sims game would be amazing, but I'm not actually gonna get my hopes up because I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Going into the interior here, I actually struggled a little bit because I was trying to figure out where the hell is every single room gonna go. Like, how am I going to fit a master bedroom and a teenage bedroom and 2 baths and also a living room, a kitchen, a dining room space into this small house? Because it is a very small house and the layout was kind of weird. So getting the staircase placement was actually very crucial. How can we place the staircase so it actually makes sense with the upstairs, not creating too much of a weird space where you kind of feel like, oh, okay, so they placed the staircase here because this is where it could go. I wanted it to make sense, but I also ended up having a little bit of some empty space, but we actually made do with it and trying to create some built-in bookshelf situation going on. So I thought that was really cool. And then I just started to place some items so I could remember where the rooms was. So the whole layout is downstairs here we have the kitchen, which we're working on right now. We also have the dining room space. You can kind of see it up in the left corner or the right corner. Behind the kitchen we have the downstairs bathroom, because the master bedroom is also going to be downstairs. Now the living room situation in this house is a bit unorthodox. So there's actually 2 living rooms, but they're kind of smaller, more grouped living rooms than before, or in traditional houses. So you walk into kind of like a nice seating situation, a small living room. It's not really a living room, but it's more like a relaxation space, because I wanted to have maybe a bit of a bigger dining room space. Then the main living room, which I would consider the living room because it has the real couch, is upstairs, but there's no televisions in this house because I freaking hate televisions, and computers for that matter in the Sims games. But do your Sim ever do that where they just constantly go to the television or the computer, or now they can apparently also be addicted to their phones, which I think is super annoying, but I try to make them as realistic. So there's just some times where I don't put in a TV, but I did put in a computer in this instant. But the upstairs is more like the main living room space, but there's also a space for the computer and a little desk area. So it's kind of like a multi-purpose living room situation going on in this space. This is the downstairs bathroom. Now I actually needed to have 2 bathrooms in this build because we have the upstairs with the teen and we have the downstairs here where the parents are gonna stay. And you might look at this whole house and think, goddamn, that is a lot of mint green color. And that is why I call it the mint green, because I like to challenge myself, and this is a color I don't particularly like that much. I don't think it's the prettiest color, but trying to make this color work in a space where you have to make this the main color and then try and accent that with other stuff like greens, blues, more of these natural wooden tones, and beige colors was actually really fun. I like that. It makes for a very interesting build, and it makes for something different where you actually end up trying to force yourself to do something different. So I really like that. I think this build turned out super good, and it's definitely different from what I normally do. So I like that. But the whole mint green situation, yeah, it is weird. Like, it's a weird color. I don't particularly like it, but I think it turned out super well in this house, and it's definitely a vibe. Like, it is something where you go, okay, so that's green, but I think it also has its charms. Like, the charms of this build is something where I went multiple times to mess, and I was like, you know, actually, I like this house. I like this build. It turned out really cute. It's super cute. It's so different from what I normally do color-wise. I like to kind of do some color blocking, maybe mix and match colors, but blue is definitely my favorite color, especially in this game, because a lot of things match with the dark blue. But this was super fun. It was different. The pastels with the pop of colors everywhere is just so good. Now, here comes the master bedroom. And this was a bit more of a challenging room because the double beds take up so much space. Like, it's ridiculous. And I tried to also fit a dresser in here, which meant that I actually had to cheat the system a little bit. Now, I did playtest this. Your sim can get on either side of the bed, so there's nothing there. We did have to move the bed up to the wall a little bit and actually incorporate the whole dresser situation into the bed frame, which looks, I mean, it looks good. It was just some fiddling around and trying to actually make everything fit in. And then, of course, these spaces that I talked about before, where we have like these weird smaller spaces where I didn't know what to do with it. I just made it into a built-in bookshelf. I thought that was cool. Looked good. Upstairs bathroom, weirdly enough, is bigger than the downstairs, but that's because, again, we have this weird kind of like space where the shower could go, because the freaking staircase was placed weird. Like, it was the only place I could place the staircase where I felt like that made sense to place the staircase. So I made it work. I think it turned out cool in the end, but I mean, you guys tell me. And the upstairs living room here, I was trying to upstairs here make it a bit more neutral. I also wanted another color, maybe like an accent wall that we did here that wasn't mint green, and trying to do something where it didn't feel like it was too much in your face. Also because the placement of the windows was a bit weird, so I tried to bypass that by doing something a bit different and maybe a bit more muted upstairs. It's definitely more of a modern vibe than the rest of the house, but I don't think that actually makes it look bad. I think it makes it look a bit more chic and down-toned a bit. This is the teenage room. I tried to make it somewhat more gender neutral. So we did the mint green color in here. All of these items, you of course can change the color of to more of the boys' turn or more of a girl's turn. It's totally up to you, but I tried to just keep it somewhat more gender neutral. I threw on a lot of stuff here that just came with the high school year pack and tried to just make it look good. Like, I love that pack. Every single freaking thing that came with that pack was so good. Like, I want to cry. It's such a good pack. I haven't really played around with it gameplay wise, but I love the way that everything else in the item section is. Love that. So here we have the screenshots, the main entrance, the kitchen area. I also tried to do something with the kitchen, trying to mix and match some styles. The dining room area is probably one of my favorite rooms in the house. It turned out super cozy, super nice. We did some color blocking with the grays to really cut through all of that mint green. Same with the bathroom here, doing a tile that's a different color than the mint green really helped it out. And of course, the master bedroom here, I didn't really do too much in here because there wasn't enough space. But upstairs living room, in different angles, there are some bare walls, but I also thought, you know, maybe sometimes you want to have some of your kids diplomas and stuff like that hanging on the walls, so I didn't do too much there as well. And the teenage room. Now, this build is on the gallery right now. So you can just search my origin ID, which is Auvbri, just like the channel name here. You're gonna find every single freaking thing that I've done ever on the channel, and there's like over 250 builds. So cut loose, like download whatever you want, just have fun with it. And I also have some screenshots here with and without the floor plans. You can kind of see how everything turned out. I really hope you guys enjoyed the build. Be sure to leave it a big like and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload. Super excited to be back here, finally comfortable and ready in the new place. So we're ready to just crank out some builds again. Have a fantastic weekend and a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.